Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco, Dish That Out Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here, once again to talk about Wandavision Episode 4. And this is yet another terrible episode. Oh my god, what is going on? It is... I mean, let's just face it. It was better than the first 3 episodes, easily. I mean, the first 3 episodes were like, wow, I didn't know television could be this bad. and it never really gave me the feels of reminding me of those old shows like it was trying to. It just made me think, this is really bizarre, it's really weird, it's not good, it's not horror. It's because there's elements. You know what? It has the potential to be a really, really dark and scary, evil story. And it would have been a fantastic R-rated movie. It would have been a fantastic R-rated MCU movie. Still have it be called WandaVision. It would have been perfect. It would have been so good, and then you just stick to 1 to 2 shows max instead of just going over all the million decades, because this episode, for some reason, it's almost like a recap of the first 3 episodes. It's like, oh, you didn't understand the first 3 episodes? Well, now you'll understand, you dumb stupid MCU fan. You know, that's basically what it seemed like to me. It's like, oh, you're an idiot? Let me explain what happened to you. And let me, there's just, I mean, the things that happened, the small things like the Geraldine getting kicked out of the world, stuff like that, it wasn't really that much of a mystery. It was like, yeah, like that small little thing. It was just not a big deal. And this episode is true. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Hannibal Season 3. And Hannibal Season 3 did the same thing. They had it where, at the end of Season 2, obviously, spoiler alert, a big event happens and everyone basically gets killed. But then in Season 3, it's a mystery of like, oh, did everyone actually get killed? And they don't reveal fully who survived the Season 2 finale until Episode 4. Just like this kind of did, where they start off and it's like, what's going on? And then in Episode 4, they explain everything. And it starts off when we get the new character, Monica Rambeau, the original Captain Marvel, and her character, boring. She investigates, she goes in there, she gets kicked out. Who cares? Not really entertaining at all. And then, to add insult to injury with this crappy episode, they have Kat Dennings, that annoying bitch character, come back from Thor 2 and all the Thor movies. She comes back, and it's like, oh, you didn't like her in those movies? Well, you're going to like her here because she's not as annoying, but she is still annoying. So, I mean, she's still the same annoying character that I just want to... God, I wish Thanos would just snap her away out of history, because her character is just so, I mean, that's the thing. Why don't they listen to their fans? Why don't they listen to the people who watch the films and say, I didn't like Thor 2 because I didn't like the scenes with that annoying biatch Kat Dennings being annoying. I did not like that character. Clear. Are we clear? And you know what they say? No, who cares? You're going to like her now because we want you to. We're going to force her in there and make her this important character in this show. And then they brought back, I'm sorry, I can't remember this guy's name because I didn't even finish the Ant-Man and the Wasp because it was so fucking terrible. But the Asian agent, I think Agent Wu. I don't know if that's his name. I can't remember. I really can't. I mean, it's just all these names are just, they go one in one ear and out the other. I don't really care because it's just so one-dimensional and just not really important. And he the guy who, like, he sees Paul Rudd doing card tricks, and he's like, I want to learn how to do card tricks or whatever. I think that's what happened. And, well, he shows up, and now he knows how to do card tricks, and now he's a character on the show. Yay! Another character we don't give a flying F about. I thought the show was about Wanda and Vision. I mean, it's just so bizarre, the terrible, terrible writing on this show. Bringing back two obscure characters nobody cares about, characters we just don't want to see, and they bring them back, and it's like, and don't get me wrong, the Asian guy is funny. He is a great actor. And if he was a better character in a better movie, then I would be fine with that. But he was an Ant-Man and the Wasp in like a tiny little role, and they bring him back, and he basically just stands around and listens to the information and then asks questions to Kat Dennings. He really doesn't contribute much at all, because he's a man, of course, probably feminazi agenda with MCU. Likely. And, I mean, what else happens in this crappy episode? I mean, nothing. It's literally just a recap of the first 3 episodes, and it's so, how should I say it, boring. I mean, it's only 9 measly episodes. Each episode's like 20 minutes each, and one of the episodes doesn't even have a new story. Oh, what a cheap show. What a cheap show. And of course, I guess the main plot point is that Vision is getting suspicious, and that Vision is sort of like, what's going on? And what is going on? Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, the Russian but not Russian, she doesn't even have a Russian accent for some reason, because she's too trash at it. She has taken an entire town hostage. She is torturing them 24/7. She has wiped them out of existence. She has trapped them in an alternate dimension, or like what would you call it? What was the thing between limbo? Like a weird, like, she is evil. And so basically now this show has become, okay, we got Wanda and Vision. I just said Wanda and Vision. That's terrible. We got Wanda and Vision. I don't like Wanda. She's evil. She's a disgusting, evil bitch. I don't care if she's mad that Vision died. Who cares? Get over it. Jesus Christ. You know how many people lost their family in the snap, and they'll never get their family back? Wait, they did. Wait, what was I talking about? But that's not the point is that this show is so bad, but let's just use another example. The people in Age of Ultron who died because Ultron lifted a city and then crashed, and then all those people who got killed in the Ultron movie. Just think about all those people who got killed and all the family members who lost their relatives. Just think about the Avengers, all those people who got killed. Do you think any of them is going to take an entire town hostage so that they can have some sort of a fun alternate dimension, fun land where they can just pretend like they're still alive and just live in denial for the rest of their lives and torture an entire town of people? No. No. But since Wanda is a woman, and the MCU wants to uplift women over men, and because she has superpowers, she's going to be able to get away with this, I bet, which is really awful. It really shows how female characters in the MCU can basically just do anything they want. I mean, she's on the level of some pretty terrible villains in the MCU, and I really hope that she gets what's coming to her. And I hope that Vision, I don't know how he would be alive, but I really like him as an actor, and I love his character and on this show. Actually, I think that he's a step up from the movies where he was just kind of the generic strong guy in the background. A lot of these characters have not really had any development in the MCU like Vision. And so this is sort of like an opportunity to give them development. And so I appreciate the fact that Vision is getting development. But with Wanda, I mean, she's literally been turned into the villain of the MCU. And I don't like that. I kind of wish that she was a hero, because that's what she is in the comics. She's not a villain in the comics. She's not this evil witch who's taken over an entire town and tortured people and forced them to play parts on fake shows. I mean, what an evil woman. What an evil person. But I would give episode 4 an F+. It was a step up from the first 3 episodes, but that's not saying much. It was a lot of filler, a lot of just stuff that I could already piece together myself. A lot of little mysteries that I didn't really care, like the beekeeper thing, where they see a random beekeeper and then, it turns out it was just a random explorer, and he crawled underneath the town through a sewer, and then he comes out of there, and basically he gets imagined as a beekeeper for some reason, which is really weird, because I don't know why a beekeeper would be out in the middle of the night. That doesn't make any sense. I kind of wish that he would have been given like a role that made sense, at least, because I don't know, that's just really weird. That just doesn't really that's weird. But again, this is not a good show. But I will continue to review it. And I know I made a couple of mistakes, but it's really because this MCU thing is just gotten to the point now where I don't really care anymore. I never really cared to begin with, because they started bullshitting. They started doing all these things that were contrary to the comics and the characters in the comics that they were adapting. Like a big problem for me was that Iron Man 3. Ooh. When I saw Iron Man 3 and I saw the Mandarin was fake, and they had a fake Mandarin, and they had this stupid shit storyline with that guy from Memento, he's the bad guy. I was so pissed off. I turned the movie and I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a bad joke. Like, was this like a prank? Was this movie like a prank on us as fans? Like, this is a stupid movie. And ever since then, like, there's just so many things like that the MCU has done. And it's gotten to the point where it's just become like a giant soap opera. I mean, if anything, it would have made more sense if WandaVision was all about them living inside soap operas instead of sitcoms. Because sitcoms at least have substance to them sometimes. With sitcoms, you got like... Well, I'm going to regret this because I got a million examples I could think of. But let's just think of Leave It to Beaver, the episode where Beaver, where he breaks a window on his parents' car, and he spends all day trying to fix it, and then at the end, his parents are taking a drive with them, and Beaver has the window open, and they basically force him to close the window, and then it's revealed that that his father got the window fixed, and that they're going to sort of like pretend like it didn't happen because they knew that their son was so scared and terrified about what would happen, and that he knew he had done something wrong, and that, that was a really great and powerful moment, and that was a really good episode. And comparing that with the MCU is like comparing real chocolate to fucking Kroger ice cream, chocolate ice cream. It's like comparing apples and oranges. It's like comparing delicious 5-star restaurant quality food to fast food burgers, because this show has no substance. It is a soap opera with superheroes, and it is trash. Please like this video, comment, tell me what you thought of this shitty episode, and then subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more reviews on WandaVision. Goodbye, everybody.